Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to be sharing with you some of my 100-day project. This book is called Sketchbook Explorations. It's by Shelley Rhodes. I really love this book because it has so much good information about keeping a sketchbook, why artists should, and how they can make this practice more enjoyable. I also love it because she includes so many beautiful images of her work and the work of other artists. Here you can see mixed media and textile images from a sketchbook page. They have a lot of interest and layers from the fabric and the paints that were used to create them. The pages I'm sharing now are about creating a daily visual diary, and that's basically how I'm approaching the 100-day project this year. It's really about creating daily in my sketchbooks or different papers and exploring where it goes in my sketchbooks. I'm just showing the drawing and coloring media that she recommends in the book. A little close-up of that. And next I'm showing a diagram and the instructions for making cola pens. I've made several of them and they're really fun to use and to make marks with. Here I'm showing some of the small images that she made on paper. They're found objects, I think, and they're from her travel sketchbook. And on this page, she shares some labels. I usually call them tags because I think of junk journaling. And she also shares some postcard size artwork. I love the blue images on these pages. From far away, the page on the right, it seems like it's a quilt, but it's not. It's really cool. This is the Strathmore sketchbook I like to use most. And this right here is oxide black acrylic ink, and I'm just mixing it up a little. For this mark making experiment, I'm going to be using a Q-tip. So I'm just showing you some of the things I'm using. And this is a paintbrush that got kind of messed up because I didn't clean it out and it just got kind of, I don't know, raggedy. And this is the bamboo pen that I've been working with, trying to practice with it more. The paper there underneath is just a watercolor and pastel and paint on a marker paper. And I just wanted to see how the ink works on that paper. I really like working with Q-tips sometimes in my art journals and on my sketchbook pages. I like the saturated mark that it makes, and I sometimes snap it. Usually I'll snap it before I start working, but I'll snap it in half so I get the stick part, and I dip it into the paint or the ink or whatever I'm using, and it makes this really scratchy kind of thin mark. And I've noticed lately that when I'm making expressive marks, for some reason when I have a tool, I really prefer scratchy kind of thin and thick marks. And so yeah, here I go with the tip of it, the stick part, and I start to kind of move it around and make these circular designs. And you can see how it's like really thick on one point and then it gets really thin and scratchy. I just really like how it does that. At this point, I'm using the bamboo pen. I'm not quite sure if I like it. I do like the thin and thick marks, but it seems like I have to load mine a lot. I'm not sure if I'm just not using it right, but I like it. I guess I'm still deciding if it's one of my favorite tools or not. Okay, so on this page, I know what I did on this page. This page, I made marks, and I decided to make the same marks, but with different tools. So I'll pick up, so I start picking up the brush here. I'll dip it in and make the same marks as I did with the bamboo pen. And I'm trying to see what the difference is, which one I prefer, how it reacts to the paper. Now I'm on the sketchbook paper. And I did an extra row with this brush because I really liked how it was, the ink was going onto the paper with that. Now I'm just adding marks with the soft cotton tip of the Q-tip. I really like how it went down. It went down so smooth. I was kind of surprised because the marks went down so nicely. And then I'll go in with the stick part of the Q-tip and make the same marks. At this point in the mark making experiment in my sketchbook, I'm just going to continue adding marks with the same tools on this page until it's filled up. Both pages are finished, and I'm just giving you a quick look at what I did in the experiment and how the marks turned out. I really like this brush the best, I think, so that's why I was showing it to you. This is a little book that I'm making for the project, and I also put together some tiny little mark making books. They were loose papers, but I taped them together to make these little accordion or flip books. I think this was one of my favorite ones I've made so far, this little flip book. It's mixed media on paper, and it has tons of marks and drips, and it's really nice and fun to look at. These are some of the journals I'll be working in. This is a handmade journal from Book Pages. This one is a junk journal that I had put together a while ago. And the reddish one is a fabric handmade journal, and I'll be using those for some mark making and some notes and things like that. I hope you liked seeing that video about the project that I'm going to be working on, and if you're going to be doing a 100-day project, let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.